Fine. How was your day?
Okay. That's good so far.
It's going good for you. Nice. That's nice to meet you. And
Yeah, you
well,
too. I'm
I think
excited.
I think we could just start with the form first. Does that sounds good?
Yep.
All right. So let's see what you mentioned here. For goals, you just wanna overall you wanna clear direction and to know what you need to improve on. Okay, that makes sense. Your long-term goals, you just want to understand the game and be able to apply that to any character on your own. Okay. Your short-term goals is to reach GM top of 100. Definitely achievable. Why not? Takes some time in practice, but sure, why not? You think that you need to be working on probably breaking bad habits or fixing repetitive playstyle mistakes. Uh-huh. Well, can you elaborate on that actually? What might be potential mistakes? What might be those kind of
Mm,
potential bad habits you struggling with at the moment?
uh, I think sometimes I just stop thinking about anything, kind of like autopiloting a little bit. Or like I'll start off a game doing good and then like lose direction or not be confident that what I went into practice is not what I should be practicing anymore.
I see. I see. So it's just autopilot. This is kind of
Mm.
common theme going for you so far, right?
Yeah, yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely can work around that. We can just kind of discuss some strategies on how to fix autopilot, I think. Also, I think because it's our first session, we're probably gonna be going over what you need to start be working on. I think we're gonna start with that actually, and then I'm gonna give you some tips about how to deal with autopilot. If we will need for the future, I can give you some additional advice, kind of more in-depth discussion on autopilot, but it's gonna take, I think, maybe around 30-40 minutes to just fully digest the information. So I think we probably just
Yeah, yeah.
today we focus on your gameplay part a little bit more. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay. You also think that you're mechanically consistent, you have a lot of experience playing all the characters, that makes sense. And for the characters, last season you focused on Farah, Ash, but now you're working on learning Echo. Mm-hmm. All right. So, what is that exact character want to look at today then? What is the
Echo. That's the
Echo? Sure.
replays. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We can do that. Okay. Looking at Echo, and your hours per week you play, 15 hours. Something to think about. I think if we aiming towards top of 100, maybe trying to increase it around 20 hours or so. You, again, can still focus on the effectiveness of your practice as well, but that is just some suggestions, something to think about. It's not maybe you like have to, but it's definitely going to be beneficial quite a lot because of your goal. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah, I could probably go up to 20
Yeah, I
if I
think
tried to.
on average, that's usually the best. Yeah, because it just requires quite a lot of practice. There are a lot of potential things it might be needing to polish. So why not?
Yeah.
Okay, I think everything else here makes sense so far. Well, do you have any questions? Maybe anything you would like to mention before we start?
Uh, so before season 9 and the rank reset, I was GM1 on both DPS and support, and now I'm in Masters, but it doesn't feel any different.
Right.
Like it's like I don't know if ranking up is going to be significantly more difficult than it would be like previously.
Right,
If
right.
like I don't know how high the like top is anymore. It's like
Well,
before GM1 was good players and bad players there, but now it's like Masters is that. It feels like.
yeah, okay, yep. Basically, what all of it is about, I think, from my experience and just from me watching the other players as well. Now, Masters rank, let's say, if you Masters one, it's quite similar to the previous GM one. So it's just overall, the skill level to be able to reach GM currently, I think you should be around top 100 level or so. My experience, maybe top 200, top 100, top 200. That's quite hard to reach, yeah, let's put it
Yeah,
this way,
yeah,
but still not impossible. Yeah, I think it's just before, back in which one, especially when it just started out, I think the first season, it was actually really difficult to reach GM. So they kind of tried to bring back the system. I think to me, that was more about that, yeah. So it's just much harder to reach the exact GM rank because, to be honest, it was kind of easy. It was kind of easy, not like really easy, but still, it was much easier compared to the previous Overwatch one. Reaching GM before when the season changes were before season 8. Yeah, it's just yeah, it's much easier compared to Overwatch one original. That's why yeah, they I think they made some changes, but don't worry about it. It's still same stuff probably at the higher ranks. It's not about fundamentals, I think, because probably you know all of that, especially if you at Master C. I think it's just understanding what are the potential concepts you need to polish and seeing how do you practice the effectiveness of your practice. I think that is something we can think about a little bit more. hmm
yeah. That
does it
makes
make sense?
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll look into it. I think we start with the gameplay, and then
Okay.
based on that, we'll see what else we can add. All right, yeah, I think everything else in the form makes sense to me. So let's do your replay. Okay, I'm just gonna copy, and we want to go with the first name bunny, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look. I'm just gonna screen share. One moment. Okay, here we go. Can you see my stream just fine? Is it working for
Yep.
you?
Looks
Mm-hmm.
good.
Nice. Okay. So we're starting out with Echo. You have some divers going with you as well, such as Tracer and Diva.
Mm.
So let's take a look. Well, maybe what's your thought process here, first of all? What are you looking to do, generally speaking?
Uh, get them off the high ground,
Get them off of the high ground. Okay.
or find someone isolated, and kill them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think mostly. Yeah, mostly.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be that. Okay. Is there anything else, or that's it?
Mm,
What your composition is really strong at? Let's put it this way.
diving.
Diving. Okay, so what
Yeah.
does it mean?
Taking space aggressively, like high ground space, or
Right.
jumping in.
Exactly. Yeah, jumping in. I think it's
Yeah.
mostly understanding how can you utilize your mobility. Yeah, why it's important to us is that once you have this clear direction of what I'm doing with my composition, it can solve a lot of problems for you in terms of your position, even mechanics, and then you might not autopilot as much because you have an
Yeah.
exact goal you can focus on. Of course, it takes an effort and we can talk about that a little bit more, but definitely the biggest thing so you'll not doubt about is putting an effort towards something. Yeah, I'm practicing something
Yeah.
and getting better at it. And I think it's also maybe don't try to focus on too many things. That's why it's just so important. You get in the match, making sure you have clear direction. Okay, let's see. So we're starting out just some doing some initial poke. That's fine. And then notice how D was flying up. You fly up as well. Just doing some early pressure on this venture. Right. Okay, so this one is interesting. So what was your thought process here? What do you look to go after the venture here in specific?
think because she's split from her team, doesn't have supports with her, and also it's a scary character right now.
Sure. Is that
I
scary
think
to
so.
your comp?
Maybe probably not,
Why not?
but because we all have mobility, good mobility
Well, yeah, I think it's
and
mostly
range.
right. I think mostly Wencher is really strong when she gets up close, kind of those short to mid range sidelines, and then she's able to use all of her cooldowns. Here, this is when she digs in the ground, or maybe there was also her what's that called? The right click, I believe. Yeah, when
Yeah,
she can just drill as well and go from one angle to another. But mostly when you're playing dive, I think being aware of more stationary targets. It does matter if you dive isolated, I think, or you dive as your team. Just understand who is more isolated, who is more stationary on the enemy team. And at this current moment, what are those targets potentially?
Ana and Alari, the sports,
Right,
probably.
right.
Yeah,
Exactly. So I'm gonna write it down this way. Playing dive. Here, try to find some stationary targets first, and make sure you dive them. And I think it's gonna be more beneficial probably for you guys because you dive the Ana, you just help out your diva. Also, diva in addition can just help you with the matrix, but here it just might be a little bit tough. She actually
yeah.
can escape you, and she's also not really stopping your composition as much, I think, so you don't have to be worrying about that as much. Yeah, definitely would be quite good contributing to this dive here, just as kind of
Yeah.
small thing, but actually pretty big. But yeah, just a lot of small things together. Us diving Diana, maybe we can also complement that a pressure and then see what we can do later. But yeah, okay, just going for some sort of poke. Then we see the Winston. Then we attack. Okay, why do you stay in the ground here exactly? What was your thought process? Well, I get you kind of low HP here, right? So it's
Yeah, I
just
was just waiting to get healed.
that's why. That's fine. Okay, let's see what we got forced. Our HP got forced in the first place, right? We just kept
Yeah.
shooting this kind of long sideline, right? And then there is a Laria, right? There is a Laria shooting us. Well, is there any better way for us to play this?
Uh, Probably just not go main,
How you would approach
or
it then?
maybe left side inside, or just go straight to the high ground.
So it's kind of we just trying to go. Well, it would be up the stairs here, something like that,
Mm,
or
Maybe
all the way
or
around,
under. Yeah.
or under. Okay, I like the options. Okay, so this is just kind of general thought process. Why this might be good to us is that whenever you play. Because I mentioned something you guys are strong at. You're strong at diving, you're strong at closing the gap with the enemy, right? It's just really up close fights, okay? If you look at the enemy team, now what they are strong at?
Longer
Longer
range
ranges,
fast.
yeah, longer
Yeah.
ranges, exactly. We're trying to simplify this. I think looking at both compositions, I wouldn't overcomplicate it, especially if there are problems with autopilot. Just simple directions. My comp does they just go dive in, short range. The enemy comp is kind of long sideline. So you want to be avoiding picking long sidelines as much as possible. And see this space here, maybe it allows you to do that. Maybe this space here, even if I go all the way around, this is also a possibility. But look at this situation. Because we want to be diving either with our team, I think, or isolated targets, right? What would be the best option, the best angle for you, so you will not get poked as much before the fight? What's your thoughts?
Could just right side with the diva.
I think yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Probably. So you just gonna be let's put it this way, trying to because you're trying to avoid open sightlines. Okay, you want to make sure you set up at the best position possible first. You get in the best position, kind of shorter range corner, and then try to pressure, then try to shoot. Because maybe let's say you get low HP here. Well, you still can abuse the fact that you're in this position and potentially get yourself to in a dive range. Yeah, because the Winston dives in. Yeah, maybe if this happens, I can just pressure this as well with my team, or maybe there's somebody else. I can also do something. Yeah, so really set up those short range sightlines. Okay, does all of it make sense so far? Or any questions?
Yeah, that makes
Makes
sense.
sense. Okay, because this is what I think kind of not allowing you to dive in properly. Yeah, you see the timing is a little bit desynchronized, and then you also just yeah maybe there are no opportunities for you to do something there. Right. Well, now you have to reset because the diva is quite low. You know, lost some of the resources. Definitely still want to be careful around those
Yeah, yeah.
long sightlines. You still can do decent amount of poke, but yeah, just be careful just in case the rail or there's a Larry shot. Definitely tough to go all the way left here, but well, let's see how it's gonna go. Yeah, just kind of generally speaking, difficult space for you to play at because you play more mobile characters. You want to try to lean towards some open-ish kind of areas as well. It does mean that you pick long sidelines, but it's just we have the short range potential while having an opportunity to use our mobility. That's why I just think, generally speaking, even if your team does this, right, maybe you can still try to abuse the same positions as you mentioned before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just want
Yeah,
to
I got you.
take yeah, I just want to take short range angle, but where it's kind of open, so I can fly in, fly out comfortably. Because now it just seems really uncomfortable, right? Okay, isolated target. I like this more. So see, this is more. Surgeon, they have some mobility, definitely, but if you catch them at the right opportunity, I think there's big potential for you to kill
Yeah.
them. So why not? This is better. This is what you want to do more. And see, I think it's just if we could be more consistent with all these engagements before, who knows? Maybe you could win the fight faster. Okay, copy is fine. Winston is okay, I think, overall, especially if there's a lot of space for you to clear, kind of maybe the enemies clumped up together sometimes too, or maybe you need to dive in quickly. Why not? Yeah, that's fine. Also have Primal, right? Okay, yeah, you should be winning this, I believe. Nice, okay. So what's your thoughts now? We kind of talked about how you need to dive stationary targets and also try to avoid open sightlines, yeah, so you'll not get poked. So what's your thoughts? What kind of
Um,
positioning you
I
should
think
be
at this time I was
taking?
trying to wait for the cart to get around the corner and then start playing the right side building,
Right
like
side
the high
building.
ground,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like a little farther in,
Mm-hmm.
like next point.
Yeah. I want to ask you this, by the way. This is kind of niche, but still quite can be quite important. Yeah. Even if we're doing this kind of early poke, what is the better way for you to pick the long range characters? Just kind of think about it from perspective of the enemy long range
Yeah,
characters, okay? Where they're gonna be looking most likely. This surgeon, maybe they're maybe even the Ana, yeah? Where they're most likely gonna point their crosshair. Yeah. You see like
yeah. I probably could have just went up.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I think. Try to if there is opportunity for you to take different angle on the map compared to the rest of your core, then take it because this way you can throw off some of the enemy's aim and potentially maybe even get a kill on them. Yeah, because now they just spamming in general direction and trying to get the rail. You usually don't want to pick the this kind of common picking position, yeah, where the rest of your quarters. So
Yeah.
just in case, yeah, I want to pressure around the corner, poke, fine, but you need to set up first. It seems like the pattern to us. Yeah, you need a little bit more accurate setup. So I'm also gonna make this another note, yeah, off angle as well. Yeah, you need to keep an eye on that. Yeah, this off angle term, I think it should be familiar to you, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
right. Okay. Because there's a high chance, yeah, and you can see it. They just peek in the corners, just where the rest of your core is. All right, some of the damage, that's fine. Yeah, again, using verticality to your advantage. Maybe even here, I can be thinking about using. What do you think about actually using the statue? And I'm just yeah. What's your thoughts? Why are we not flying towards that exactly? Why you kind
Mm.
of play over
I'm not.
here?
I'm not really too sure.
Hmm.
Honestly, I think I
Hmm.
just wasn't thinking.
Right. So see, like again, two things for us, yeah. Shorter sightline. I want to instantly get there just in case because I want to get in the beam range and potentially also bomb somebody, a bomb beam combo. And I also have more verticality, yeah. You need to abuse that at any point of time. Maybe even slide of the statue. I think if you get kind of high up, sliding, shooting, be aware of the rail. So it just requires some of the good movement here. So definitely you want to be careful around that, but you can abuse the high gun. Just a little bit of the high gun and shorter sideline, just in case. Who knows? Maybe what kind of mistake the enemy is gonna make. If they do, you can easily punish them. Yeah, maybe this diva flies in, exactly like what do you do here? And see, maybe because you have your flight. Yeah, let's say you just kind of use your space and then you have your flight as an escape tool. This is better. Yeah, we usually want to get in the positions which allow us to use our flight as an escape ideally, okay? It's not like you cannot fly in, yeah? It's definitely okay for you to fly in at some point, especially if there's a high chance for you to get a kill, but definitely most of the most of Overwatch, because it's a game of resources, want to see how we can save our resources as much as possible, and then once the enemy is kind of low on their resources, we can maybe dive them and do something towards them.
Yeah. I don't think I'm really thinking about setting up
Hmm.
very often.
This is something you can then work on definitely, and should
Yeah.
should
Yeah. Yeah.
should help quite a lot. Yeah. I really see the general mechanics are fine. You using cover in a cave way, so it's just good to mention. I think in the our summary as well. From what I see, you can definitely keep that in mind. Maybe not putting emphasis on that too much. It's just the quality, yeah, the quality of your cover, the quality where you are. It will allow you to execute the mechanics. It seems like. Okay. Well, resetting a little. Do some general poke damage. Right. This position is okay. You can stay here for a little bit. Do some early poke damage. See if there are any opportunities. Okay. The diva's in. Let me see. This one is interesting. Your diva goes in, and then the rest of your core is also about to peak. I'm just kind of curious. Why do you kind of hesitate around the corner just a little? Yeah. What was your thought process here? If you remember, if you watch this again, yeah, you just
Mm.
we do this, yeah. So you notice you kind of just playing around here, not really going to apply pressure.
Mm.
Is that you trying to set up your flight somewhere, or just
I think I
curious?
was going to go in, and then I heard the Sojourner, so I backed up. Really.
Right, right,
But
right. Because now it makes sense, yeah. When the surgeon
yeah. Yeah.
does the ultimate, yeah, then you back up. I'm just want you to see maybe something to address. What is this voice line? Can you hear this? By the way, like, can you hear can you hear the sound? I'm just It's just there's a voice line like somebody's screaming for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what that voice line is. Okay, that's all right. Maybe you can hear it on the recording. I actually record this as well. But yeah. Anyway, why this is important, I think, is because the rest of your core is about to peak out, right? Your diva is about to go in, so maybe watch out for when this happens and prepare right at this moment, so you don't kind of hesitate exactly. Yeah, I want to be
Yeah.
because yeah, it's right there actually, the voice line as well. Okay, I'm just sorry. This is so distracting as well. And then your diva dives in. You probably need to be prepared. And to go in with them as well, yeah. So like now, yeah, peeking around the corner and then push. I think try to synchronize your burst pressure together with all of them. Hmm. That's alright though. Just I'm looking at tiny bits of value you can sneak in here probably at this point. Hmm. Like see here, yeah, for example, you want to use this, okay? This is what you want to be aware of a little bit more. When something, yeah, somebody is being active in the field for whatever reason, they using the cooldowns, they generally speaking gonna be absorbing some of the enemy's attention, right? So if the diva flies in like this, what might be the good option for you to do in this case? You see how much pressure, yeah, how much attention she might be getting, yeah. So this
Yeah.
guy's turning around, then there's a diva also might be paying attention to her. Also Breek is about to flail the diva as well. So what are your options? Yeah, what you can do? How can you use all this attention? What do you think?
Set up.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, probably. It's just get in a position or you pressure. You're definitely not in a position to set up, so get it first, in my opinion. Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah. What are the options for you to set up? Can you get the same spot? Maybe kind of around the statue. Maybe I don't know, going somewhere here-ish. Yeah. What's your thoughts?
I think right side's probably the best
Yeah, yeah,
place
it's
to play at.
yeah. It seems like yeah, at least we're gonna be using some of our mobility to get to the closer angle, not necessarily even vertical, but I think this is quite nice spot to aim for. But utilize this, yeah, be more precise. Your diva does this. They're using boosters, okay? You need to also go in and do something. So I'm gonna write it down as well, yeah. When maybe let's put it this way, your tank, yeah, your tank they use cooldowns. You can apply pressure or setup. You can think. You can think what is the best option for you to do, but usually it's just setup first, fight second. Because now you're just slightly later, yes? Just slightly.
Yeah.
That's okay. Do you have any questions so far, maybe, or everything's clear?
Mm, Yeah, it all makes sense so far.
Nice. hmm This one is interesting. You went up. You actually set up the fight, right? But then what? Well, let's let's think about it. How you could play it better, yeah? Like, what could you do to actually survive this engage? Is there anything you
Probably
need
could
to pay
have
attention to?
waited for my flight to come back before I actually went in.
I think so too. Yeah. So let's put it this way, yeah. Ideally, your cycle of pressure looks like this way, yeah. You're trying to get in a position. So I'm trying to kind of set up. Okay, and then when actively committing, when you're actively engaging, you want to get your cooldowns back, or at least kind of, maybe have 1-2 seconds, so you'll get them back while applying
Right.
pressure. Yeah, so like here, I don't want to just go in instantly, even though my diva is in. It might be complicated. I think you guys are not exactly the entire team is not able to be there. So this is something what you probably you cannot hard commit, okay? So you're gonna be just spending some time setting up your own angles and then apply your pressure later. So maybe this, yeah? When
Yeah.
now the pressure happens when you have this angle, then you try to go on the back line. Prioritizing station members, but okay. So we have the ultimate. Let's see what we do with that. What are the options for us? So you see, you kind of just little bit flying towards the back, just not as not unnecessarily. I think maybe you're thinking about can we use the statue? I'm just curious here. What's your thoughts
Yeah.
actually? I mean, you have to be
Mm,
aware of the rail and also ana pressure.
yeah.
I'm just hmm. Because I think if our thought process is let's try to set up, right, then what if you wait for a slightly better moment for you to exactly use the flight and then get at the better angle possible instead of it
Yeah.
being like I'm flying up, we're doing a little bit of pressure, but then when my team's pressuring, I'm actually not in a position. Yeah, I think you need to be more precise here, probably. Yeah, so it just would be ideally wait. Okay, wait, and then you go in, set up. Okay, you're gonna be at this statue because your D is active. You can use this attention. Remember, we mentioned maybe your, especially your tank. Yeah, they're using cooldowns, they're using boosters. It's a good signal for you to set up. And you can start later transition into the engagement mode. Yeah, seeing if there's opportunities for you to do some of the beam pressure. Seems like it to me. This is also fine, obviously, if they fly in just like that, really aggressively. Why not? You can kill them too. Okay. Now gotta kill Diana. She's isolated. That was good. Fighting the Venture. Just clear all this. Well, it's okay. Just fighting this is okay. Just be careful when there are too many threats around you. Just try to isolate those. It's just there's just too much pressure on you at this point of
Yeah.
time. Definitely verticality helps whenever you have some sort of high ground with you. It's always nice. Right. You're fighting the Venture. Let's see, are we probably set up at this point of time, yeah? It seems like you got the pretty short range angle, yeah? So you have the option to go for some beam pressure. This is what I like more, probably. That's okay. Especially when you have ultimate, maybe seeing look for more greedy engages. I think can work. Just be careful with those kind of enclosed spaces in general. Okay. Pressure. Well, is there a better angle for you to set up area? So you kind of see you again want to get in a cycle. Yeah, you done the pressure, you got the venture. Okay, now you're thinking, what is that position for me to set up at? So
Probably the high ground.
yeah, again. So it's
Yeah.
just probably again. I'm not flying towards the back here. Well, there's a diva, so yeah, the reason is if flying towards the diva makes sense. But yeah, if it's not, then I'm at least kind of getting shorter range angle. So you will be able to actually get into beam pressure. Maybe if mm, you worried about it way too open, at least getting towards the bus or something. So you actually get to a shorter sightline versus these guys. And then you
Yeah.
get your flight back, and then you can fly out. Now this is a little bit too far to me. Like this is alright. Yeah, if you set up here, they get in your range. You see the opportunity to do something. Right. Yeah, this is what you can look for. Yeah, this is not maybe not ideal, but still, with the position at the short range angle where we can apply pressure. I'm doing the bombs and a beam later, and then you can fly out.
Yeah.
You just want to be dealing with as less threats as possible. Yeah, try to isolate something you going after. Yeah, so maybe in this case, let's say you're dealing with venture. How should you position? In this case, what's your thoughts? Well, she's definitely booping you out as well, but yeah, I'm curious. What's your thoughts here? You're fighting
Mm,
this. Mm-hmm.
well, she wasn't looking at me, so I was like, I can just get this kill real quick, pretty easy. But the abilities give shield and health.
Right.
Maybe it's just I'm not used to that matchup yet, but because any other character there would have been dead.
Right. So it seems like Venture is more stronger at the really close ranges, I think. So
Yeah,
it was all of her more kind of melee abilities, yeah, all this drill sort of stuff. So you definitely one micro to keep in mind: maintain slight range. You still want to be in the beam range, right? But see, like this is way too close. I think yeah, you
yeah,
don't want to do that 100%. So this is one because you maintain the range, you have an advantage versus her abilities, and there's also a high chance for you to be able to dodge some of the things. If she's going from further range, then you can always fly out. Yeah, you can fly out of the fight because now it's kind of more unexpectable. Yeah, they go on you and then they boop you out, and then
yeah.
then becomes complicated. You end up out in the open. So, yeah, and she's actually 1 HP now. Right, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we'll get used to it. It's just I think the idea here against her. Try to maintain your reasonable range. You still can poke early quite comfortably too. Right. Let's see, let's see. Okay. So what is your thought process here on
My
this
thought
part?
process is
Mm-hmm.
to stay right side and wait for them to push in and then go on
Hmm. Okay, okay.
someone else.
Yeah. Your composition slightly changed, right? So there's just some of the there's also Ash and Mercy. Okay. Well, if we look at this matchup now, your composition versus theirs, how do you think you guys win versus the enemy comp?
Stand farther away from them.
I think mainly, yeah,
Yeah,
maintaining more longer ranges. All of this, Venture, Kiri, Brig, Diva, they like to get up close and personal to you. So you gotta
yeah.
understand how to maintain the range. Of course, you have some dive characters, but more attention in your case is gonna be going towards the poke. Still, I think won't be able to be at the position to beam and bomb just in case. But yeah, there's just kind of longer poke phases. Right, so you poke, poke, poke. Go for the bombs on the on the on this brick. What's your thoughts on those bombs actually? So we kind of, I think there was decent pressure on Diva. She's definitely isolated target there. That's alright to me. But then later, why do you exactly bomb the brick at this point?
Mm, I think I just shot at the first person I saw, to be honest.
Can you increase the
It's like,
quality of this pressure somehow?
maybe? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, what else he can do here? Because to me, what kind of problems I have here is that we're committing some of the resources, but what are we forcing? Yeah, at least, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe
I see.
it's just if you get in a kill, if you're looking to get a kill, then it might make sense to me. But then you have to be more precise and probably yeah, looking for what's that combo? Shoot, bomb, beam, right? So you can
Yeah.
look for that if you're looking for the kill, or you want to be thinking about what are the resources I'm forcing. So it's like hard for the enemy to exactly. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be hard to survive if they use those. So it's just like yeah, I'm probably thinking this just gotta be more high quality pressure together with the beam. Yeah, maybe be a little bit more patient. Maybe not necessarily going after the brig. Yeah, maybe going after somebody else because in reality, your your team is holding all these high grounds together. So it's definitely maybe leaning towards the characters who can contest you
Yeah.
on this high ground. Yeah, they like to get close versus you, right? But there's just one thing the brig can do. She actually, because of this map now, just of this section, she cannot she can't get close to you. Yeah, so this is where it's your target prioritization changes. Yeah, um, dealing with the short range members, but who can get up close easily. Yeah? And you see, it might be Kiri, it might be even Venture actually. So all of those, but not Brig, I think. Yeah, so it's just probably I go on a surgeon, right? Might be more valuable to your team just in general, yeah, because she cannot jump with her shift, for example, or again Venture, she cannot just drill up on the high ground. I think. That does it make sense or?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. You know, I'm still want to say getting a kill makes sense to me. If you know you can get a kill, but then make sure to
Yeah.
commit. Yeah, if you do this proper beam combo together with the bombs, then sure, go for it. But if it's not, then choose better targets. Choose to fight some of the characters who can actually do something towards you while you existing in this space. Do you want to keep looking at this replay, or do you want to look at the second one since we have some
Uh,
time left? Yeah, I'm
Probably the
just
second one. I think I'm good on this one.
okay. Yeah,
I think
because
I understand this one. Yeah.
there's a lot of verticality, just something you want to be abusing a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So I'm just gonna write down. Yeah, this is mainly was our setup and gauge. Okay, I'm still gonna summarize later, so it's fine. Right, let's see. Well, this map, you have a lot of verticality as well, actually, on the second point. The first one, you still can abuse some of these roofs here. You
Yeah.
can fly over the roof, kind of get close at the end as well for your beam and beam bombs combo. But let's see. Okay, some of the other pressure, that's fine. You get a kill on the Venture, that's nice.
Uh, that was our venture,
Oh
by the way.
wait. Okay, that's my bad. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah. Yeah.
my last session for the day. I'm like, wait, yeah, okay. Right, that was your venture. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have
So
to
we.
back up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just thinking, what are your options? Aren't we giving up too much space? Yeah, could we be
Maybe.
still giving
Well,
up
I tried to.
space, but setting up in a better way? What's your thoughts?
Well, I was trying to back up and get an off angle because I saw
Mm,
my team going to the left side,
mm-hmm.
but I also didn't. I also wasn't completely sure on that every character they were playing. I didn't like scout it out. I didn't know they had Tracer, Venture, Moira.
When you're 15 seconds in, you can also press stop and check.
Yeah.
Just so I mean, you probably know that, but don't forget.
Yeah.
Sometimes people forget. Maybe like at this point, you can scout, see, they have this and that. So, what's your thoughts? This position is it fun to you?
Mm,
Are there any other
I'd probably
options?
rather be high ground.
So it's
Maybe.
just getting in here.
Yeah.
Hmm. Might be with how your team posturing to me might be complicated if you commit over there instantly. Yeah, let's put it this
Yeah.
way. So it's just maybe what you can do. Yeah, why not to use maybe sliding on the roofs here so we kind of maintain some sort of verticality. Yeah, you still can poke, and then later lean towards this if
Yeah.
it's possible. If not, then you go back to your position. I think. Yeah, this is kind of one of the notes about the setup as well. Yeah, I don't want to exactly commit all the time. No, I just wanna maybe also spend some time on the roofs and slide. Yeah, you definitely can do that and see what is. Yeah, should you make a commitment or not? It's just your risk using the spin. Lucio is really going far back as well, so maybe flying in on this high ground instantly might not make as much sense. This is definitely the problem, though. If we play way too far, yeah, when we play way too far, we're not able to set up our own pressure, get in forced out. We didn't even get to
Yeah.
use the beam, right? So it's complicated.
Adjusting strategy. Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Okay. So we fighting for this high ground here, sure. Tracer. Okay. That's fine. A little bit of just micro here, probably. Maybe could solve code solve somewhere. I think the venture, the way we got her, is alright. Maybe something to think about when you're doing this kind of pressure, and we can make maybe some connections to the previous time is how do I minimize my hitbox as well? Like
Yeah.
when you're fighting this, maybe I'm not necessarily flying away from cover as much, but I'm flying to cover, yeah. And this is additional note about your setup. So you can slide on the cover, sure, yeah, but maybe if there's nothing to slide off, yeah, then you can lean towards something. Let's say you fly up and lean towards here, or maybe I lean towards the box just in case, yeah. So you will be able to have safety if there's a lot of pressure on you. But now you kind of fly out in the open. Yeah, you see,
Yeah,
you're not
that makes
flying.
sense.
You're not flying towards the cover. Yeah, this is one of the things you want to do consistently. Like you eventually get behind the cover, but it's just a little bit too late.
This
Okay.
time I have it.
Once you have cover, you can set up your own short range pressure. Get in their face eventually. All right. Well, so there's just big commitment, right? You committing, you have your ultimate. Might be okay, right? Let's see. Notice the Ramada was isolated. I think that's fine. Venture is probably okay target as well because of wall her burst. I think just how much you can do at this short range battles, right?
Yeah.
Might be
I like
pretty
getting
decent target.
the venture cooldowns and also you get shield for using them. So
Yeah,
it's pretty
exactly.
hard to kill. Like you can't
Yeah,
instantly kill.
yeah, exactly. So I think that makes sense. Going up. Pressure, sure. See, like how you this is a little bit uncomfortable, right? In terms of the range. What should it be? Like, can
Uh,
can you
just
lean
start
to?
walking in now probably.
Yeah, that's it. I think just again,
Yeah.
give yourself opportunities to stay the short sideline. Yes, you fly to corner as well, but there you have to be setting up at short sidelines. Okay. Just really little bit too far unnecessarily. You're not giving yourself opportunities to do the beam just in case. That's good opportunity. Right there. Okay.
Repositioning. Thank you for the assistance.
Like even here, right? I'm just. It's understandable. To fly up. That's sort of okay, but just make sure you kind of maybe get back up on this high ground or so.
Yeah.
Maybe you can also slide off this if you're confident you can fight here. But I think at this point of time, the way your team posture is probably just lean towards the high ground, get in the short range angle, a little bit away from them. You can also think about it as because you have mobility, you can be anywhere. So I want to try to position myself in a way that I'm able to go after anybody on the enemy team. Yeah, just based on where they are on the map. Yeah, why? Just let's say they all come in. Some of them, there's position A, the tracer at position B. The ball can roll around the map. Well, I'm choosing this kind of more power position and trying to fight
Yeah.
them later. What if I'm this position one? I can easily go anywhere, opposed to you trying to kind of maybe lean towards just a little far back angle. Is an example here. I think definitely something to keep in mind. Where do you end up? Just so you have more opportunities. Because see, like maybe you get to pressure this, or maybe there's some opportunities once the lamp is gone. Yeah, once this BAP is low, just in case. Mm-hmm. right? Fighting for the card. It's fine. You done the pressure. You did get a kill. You got out to stabilize. That's fine. And then you repeat the cycle. On the traces in the card can deal with her. That's fine. Where should you end up at this point? So you pressure this opposite high ground, which might be okay. But then where do you go? Right after from here. So kind of slide off, obviously, but yeah, I'm just thinking I'm a little bit uncomfortable with the open space we end up. It's just so dabbable, right? What if the ball goes on you? What if the Moira Tracer also commits? Yeah. So I'm just thinking, how can you solve this? So it's gonna be harder for the enemy to kill you here, potentially.
Mm, You'd probably go in the building
Go in the building
or
like
play
this
under the
one.
building.
Yeah, onto
Yeah.
the building. Yeah, there has to be something. I definitely think like
Yeah.
you can't do just fly off and stay kind of out in the open. Yeah, again, maybe same pattern, okay, like same rule to us. I want to lean towards the corner. That's it because this is what makes it really uncomfortable to me. It seems like yeah, because you see your HP was really you just had one bar left,
Yeah.
so you just might complicate things sometimes. Okay. Well, do you have any questions so far, maybe, about all of this? Or, yeah, anything?
Mm, I think mostly what it is I'm not setting up. So I'm either like I'm either like all in or all out,
Right.
kind of. It's
Mm-hmm.
like if there is an opportunity, I can't really take advantage of it.
Right, right. So it's just kind of, we're gonna be then following this cycle, yeah? Setup
Yeah.
and then engage. Yeah, let's actually summarize all of this. I'm gonna write it down for you in a proper way. So, um, how do you effectively set up? What is that about? Let's start with that. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you tell me.
Mm,
What
I
was
think it
our
depends on the
problem?
map
Yep,
and then
continue. Hmm.
what they're playing, but set up to where you can get in close and beam range.
Hmm. Okay. So this is one, yep. So
Mm,
we're able to fight, I think, against most of the comps anyway, yeah? You want to have
yeah.
this opportunity. Okay. What else? What can allow you to have this kind of more safe setup, yeah? So you're confident that the enemies, they're not gonna punish you as much, so you're not worried
Just playing
about
around
that.
cover.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So I'm gonna say, yeah, use corners, cover. Okay, you're gonna be flying towards the corners. Yeah, fly
Mm,
towards the corner. Whenever you going in, setting up, doesn't matter. Okay. Another specific about the setup can be also is using roofs. Roofs of the building is a transition. Yeah, you
yeah.
not exactly committing. Okay, but you're just kind of transitioning and staying there a little, and then you can go towards the engage. This is kind of a roof is more of the phase in between. I think it still allows you to set up, but then you can use it as opportunity to go in later as well. So I'm gonna say yeah, use roofs as the transition between setup and engage, yeah, because you can slide. Okay, is there anything else?
I can't think of anything else for
Mm-hmm.
setting up.
Regarding
Uh,
your dive composition, remember the problem when you played the dive, the problem with your setup, why you why it was not comfortable for you to also play versus the enemy. Remember what they had, the range heroes, right? So
yeah,
what do you
yeah.
need to
Don't get
do?
poked out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You get it?
Avoid,
Yeah, continue.
yeah, avoid long sightlines
Mm-hmm.
against
Yeah, yeah,
long characters. Yeah,
exactly, exactly. Something to keep an eye on. Yeah, kind of specific about about your setup versus the long range when you're playing dive. Yeah, so dive. versus, let's just call it poke. So it's gonna be simple. You need to be avoiding those long sideline. Again, same thing. Yeah, short sidelines. It's your friend, but it's just also you need to understand what do you avoid, because with some compositions, let's say you play versus the brawl, I think you definitely can play in long sidelines. They cannot do much versus you anyway. They have to get up close, but versus long snipers, you cannot be out in the open as much. All right. Mm, let's see. What about the quality of your pressure? Yeah. So when we solve this setup, okay. How do you engage? What are the main pointers for us? Maybe
Mm,
probably still corners, right? So like the
yeah.
quality, yeah. So you gotta fly. I think this is one. You got in safety. Remember the idea when we looking at the diva? We're looking at the diva Numbani. What was that about? Like diva goes
Direct
in.
timing. Yeah.
Right. Synchronize
Yeah.
your pressure. So I'm gonna just say time the pressure. You're gonna be looking at your tank using cooldowns, and you can use that as opportunity for you to do something on the map. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can even think about setup as well. I think is just as an addition. Yeah, if there's no opportunity for you to walk through the choke, sometimes on a certain map, maybe there is no opportunity for you to exactly dive in because this map is quite open. Let's say you play for whatever reason Circuit Royale, maybe you play Hollywood, not Hollywood, but something like Junkertown as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
you use your tank as an option to just fly from one spot to another. Yeah, I'm using it as a setup tool as well.
Gotcha.
Because you gotta know, oh, like because sometimes you go the wrong time when they're not using cooldowns and not absorbing attention, and then you're getting snapped. Yeah, but it's difficult. Yeah, you have to maintain some of the attention on your tank. Okay, about your autopilot, let's do it this way. So when you practice, uh, try to first of all, you probably heard this a lot of times. Try to break it down. Try to focus on one thing at a time. So I'm gonna give you the list, and there are gonna be a lot of concepts, but make sure you pick one bullet point and work on that. See how is that gonna go for you first. Yeah, you're gonna be just working on one idea and then moving to another and then moving to another until you feel more confident. Yeah. See how it's gonna work for you first. If there are gonna be some problems, you can actually discuss some advanced strategies on how to deal with autopilot. But maybe you can also send some questions if there are just some specific questions. In my opinion, right? But autopilot is really more about how do I put in effort, and I'm not making my working memory too busy with processing all the things. Yeah, you really need to keep it simple, concise, and put in effort. I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is.
that makes sense.
This is
Yeah.
really important. Yeah, but we can go over autopilot later. I'm just writing it down for the next time, if just in case you need it for the next
Yeah.
session. Let's see what else we can add.